to work that 22,000 one more time. All you discretionary traders, good looking setup coming up. Beautiful looking setup coming up. It drops below those two little blue lines right there. It's go time, baby. It's go time.
Order filled.
Gonna make it hurt one more time. Feel the pain. I was watching a YouTube video the other day. I watch a lot of YouTube videos to try to learn something, and someone said something that was really remarkable. They said, market makers just try to go wherever the most pain is. Like, if there's the most orders sitting up there and they can fill them, boom, that's where they're heading. That's just the way it goes. Wherever the most pain is. I love that analogy. It's real. It's real, baby. We got a $400 trade now, though. Getting ready to flush this thing. And we're going to look for a $2,000 trade on this move. Could be a big one. Oh, we got a $400 trade, but we're going to hold tight. We got exit at line change coming up. They might take another look at 22,000 one more time on us. Make it hurt. We're sitting at a $420 bill. Come on. Oh, depends on which one I'm looking at. Old Tradeify is up $600.
Order filled.
And we're looking at a $700 bill now. It's inching into the game. And it's looking like an $800 bill. It's time to play. Here we go. Everybody jump in. The water is warm in here. Oh, no, it's not. It's cold, man. It's cold. Take a quick break. Keep your eye on this thing. Don't want this sucker to get away on me.
Order filled.
Here we go. This is what we came for. It's worth price of admission. Should I take one of these contracts off the table here? Let me know in the chat. Or let them ride, baby. Let them ride or take them off. Help me out. I need some help out here. I got a $1,000 bill if I close them out. This isn't a revenge. This is a revenge trade too, though. So keep that in mind when you give me the feedback there. Looking like an $800 trade. Trying to work through the 970s. It might have a good pullback here. I hate to lose them all. What do you guys think? Take one or leave it on the table? Ah, I lost him. David's up. Okay, guys. If I missed you there, sorry about that. I let time slip away on me. Um, good luck, and we'll have a great day. Bye, guys.
You should have known that. Well, listen, it's sometimes these things are, you have to be doing them for a while if you get used to it. But that's what Delta is all about. Q right at the pivot point in the Qs. Again, I'm not trading much of anything here right now. Um, we took profits in coin. Could have made a little bit more money on it, but if it went the other way, could have lost. Um, ALLY not doing anything for us. It got close to our profit target yesterday, got up into the 80s. Now it's down to 39.15. So now we need the thing to drop down to about $38 or so. Less than that, but about 38.25. So it's still got a ways to go. So I'm just going to sit on it. And TXN, again, I'm just going to let the short calls we've got on for today, the 200 calls for today, I'm just going to let those expire. And then I'm going to hold the position and over the weekend and see what it does. Unless it's miraculous, he makes a big move up today, but I doubt it. Again, I'm not looking to do much of anything right now. The market's not telling me anything. Unless it tells me to stay away. A little bounce in the Qs. And a little bounce in the SPY. But the market's too choppy. It's the SPY, is at 609.50 right now. All right, so we're at an all-time high on the SPY. We were this morning. Yesterday's high on the SPY was 609.75. This morning's was 610.78. That's the new all-time high, 610.78. So we'll see if the market can get back up through that again. It's the last few times it's got to the all-time high, it has not been able to get through it for another day. It pulled back. It's pulled back. So we'll just see. Dan pointing out Mitch, MTCH, relative strength into a gap, room to 100 on MTCH, match. Let's see. Yeah, it's a pretty big gap. You got the 100 just above, right? Yeah, the 100-day is definitely resistance on this thing. It's a pretty big gap once you get above there. 34.80 would be entrance to the gap. Well, it's entrance to the remainder of the gap. The gap itself is much bigger than that. If I look at this, here's the actual gap, but it's been into the gap for a bit. So this is MTCH that he's talking about. It's in the gap. It's got room to here. There's also a horizontal resistance line right there, about 34.80. QBTS moving up nicely today. One of the quantum stocks. cheap stock there, Cooler. Another inexpensive stock. Most of these stocks are cheap. Bloom Energy up nicely. IONQ up about 4% today. Inside the gap also. United Airlines. Bouncing. This coin is chopping around. MSTR bouncing, trying to bounce up, down pretty hard this morning. Again, I'm not trading anything here right now. This market's way too choppy. I'm not going to mess around by adding a bunch of positions at this point.
Just glad I saw that funeral plaque.
SPY coming up toward the 15, toward the VWAP, dynamic compression, all compression all in here. We do have momentum starting to switch to the upside on the SPY, not on Qs yet. IWM very close to the 50-day moving average resistance. Can't touch anything here right now. Media moving down again this morning, down about $1.50 after a nice little move up the last couple of days. The very, very choppy here on this tech sector right now. Apple down again today, looks bearish. Netflix had a big move on earnings the other day. Right now it's just kind of moving sideways. Question from Saw. At what point would I cut urban? Well, I don't even look at it. I don't even look at it on the. Today, I wait. Using the daily chart because it's a swing trade. My support on urban is 58.10, right? 58.10, but it's in a nice break here. I'd have to have it break below the 8 and the 15, before I take it off. It's in a bull flag here. Here it is right here. It's a bull flag right here. It's a bull flag. Volume moving up, moving down on lowering volume, coming down toward the 8. Just kind of, again, they get a little extended from the 8. Just kind of moving sideways. There's a high volume support level right there, 58.10. So would have to break down below here before I would take it off. It certainly would have to get below the bottom of this candle here and close below there. And this is really choppy. This is really not a good time to be trying to take any SPY super system trades. First of all, you're below the VWAP. You're right above the 15. You're in a dynamic compression zone. You've got color changes here on the momentum indicator. Just not conducive to a trade. T2104 still bullish today. Still bullish. It's not very nice and bullish right now. So I got to lean long, and we'll see if we get a divergence at the end of the day. Again, we've had three days in a row of Q trades that work really well. So I don't want to push my luck too much, but as long as the T2104 is telling me that I should be long overnight, I'll be long. If it tells me to go short, because we were long one night, short the next night, long the next night, and we got all three of them. So that was pretty good. Shall I look at ASML for a day trade? Short today. Yeah, it is. He points out it's below the 100-day moving average. 50 is going to be support just below there. It has been weak and grinding lower. Really a choppy stock. Yeah, the daily chart's horrible on this thing. And it's pricey, but a good technical for potential day trade, yeah, potentially. The market's not not giving me anything here right now. Just looking at some quick support and resistance levels on ASML. Yeah, quite a ways down to the next support level, about, this one over here. $7.27, about $10 to the downside. But this stock on the daily is just an absolute chop fest here. You see what this? It's all over the place. Big gap up, pulls back to the 8. Big move up, coming back down again. It is short, but it's below the 8 and 15 right now. It's below the 100-day moving average, so it's got room down to about here. It is pricey and choppy, and as he mentions, it's maybe a decent short for a day trade. I'm not touching anything right now. Should have held on to Twillo. Yeah, they had a news the other day, yesterday. Big gap up on Twillo. Off of news. That hindsight's always pretty good, Ali. IWM is grinding higher. Yeah, the IWM is grinding up, but it's got the 50-day moving average pretty relatively close. 230.11. 230.11. So the 50-day moving average is only about 60 cents away. You're right about that, Shy. Hindsight, we'd all be billionaires. Yep. I always have to laugh at the traders that take a trade off and the thing goes in their direction the next day or two, and they say, "I knew it was going to do that." And always question comes out: if you knew it was going to do that, why did you get out? Because the answer is they didn't know it was going to do that. All right, just really choppy market here. Trying to do SPY super system trades. The IWM would have worked okay, but here. But see how much trap there is here. Here is an entry right here, and then it comes right back, and you're out. Unless you took your profits right here, now you're out. Now it goes here, it comes back up again, above the 15. Now you get this. This was a decent trade right here, but this is about the only consistent movement we've had today. Yeah, the T2104 is definitely bullish here. ALLY is just a mess. It's not doing anything for us right now. Disney's setting up here for a decent long setup. It's above the 50-day today. It's moved above the 50. It's also above a horizontal line. It's at 112, 113 right now. It's got room. You can see it's got room right here to about 117 on Disney. That's a pretty nice move in Disney coming off this deep low. See what it's been doing. Earnings here. Nice move up. Just drifting down, trying to bounce back up again. It's a decent pattern right here for a long in Disney. IWM still grinding up toward the 50-day. Q's tech stocks just choppy. SPY moving up toward the VWAP here. Not pretty small candles. No, he's not. Huh? Not eating and he didn't drink any water.
Well, I'm looking for a squirt bottle or a eyedropper.
Try to give him some water.
I'll force him into it.
You be cookie up? Feel good, John?
He does not.
Goodness, messed you all up. Messed you all up. Also sleeping, huh?
Fast asleep. That's what we need. We need a little squirt bottle or a eyedropper.
What do you
That,
drink? What do you want to drink it?
well, that's the only way we're gonna get it into him. Everything but.
That's gotta be something causing him not to do it.
Well, if he's freaked out,
You freaked out about the weather?
could be.
Couple of sunny warm days will take care of you.
Yeah, but before he gets sick by it,
Yeah.
or he makes himself sick. Needs to have one.
SLS talks CEO to be on Fox Business this afternoon. SLS.
Yeah, not doing much here right now. The market's trying to bounce here. The SPY's trying to bounce. We do have current time frame momentum giving us a buy here off of the 15 EMA, now off of the VWAP. I don't know. I mean, T2104 still looks really, really bullish here. Really, really bullish. Hughes hasn't quite got above the VWAP yet. SPY looks like the trade to me if you're going to go long on a SPY super system trade. IWM is also very strong, but it's getting close to the 50-day moving average.
I'm going to get a, okay?
I took some SPY calls here using Monday's expiration date. So we'll see what happens here. But I just bought some SPY calls.
Looks like. Good? Is that good?
You gonna try to give him some water?
Giving him some chicken broth. Alright, catch him. Catch. Cause he's gonna get dehydrated.
It was close there.
Here, come here. He's not moving real fast, but
No,
he's
he's
still
not.
jumping. Okay, let's do it again. Come on, it's not so bad, sweetie. No, no, no. Right? I'll do it again when I get off duty.
Get some water into you, buddy. You need to get some water. Yeah, okay. Good boy. Good boy.
You okay?
Yeah.
You know how you know he's not feeling well? Amazon van went by.
Yeah, you didn't see.
He didn't, well, he was like kind of sleeping,
Yeah.
but he didn't make a peep.
So I'm in the SPY right here. I took Monday's expiration date. I took the 609s. 609s. Again, I'm just going to see what kind of a move I can get out of this. Again, the T20 104 is nice and bullish here today so far. So, but it's early yet. I mean, it's only. Alley's not doing anything here. It's just right back down to around 39 bucks. So that looks like a busted trade on the Strangle. Strangles have been a little bit tough last couple of weeks. TXM, I'm just holding it. We're gonna let the $200 calls that we sold for this week expire, take the profits, and then watch TXM, see what it does next week. Not much movement here in the SPY. Again, it's kind of like squeezing small amounts out of these trades. Very, very choppy here. Just small candles. We did get above the VWAP and the 15 here. Still kind of stuck in this dynamic compression zone. I'd like to see it break out of there. Momentum's pretty good. The T20 104 is pretty good. So again, I took some calls on the SPY. Not a lot, just enough to get me into a decent trade, but not my usual size. He's going to try to take about 10 cents off of this one. Alexandro, yeah, SPY Super System Opportunity after VWAP. Yeah, I took that. Again, I'm probably not going to stay in this thing very long at all because I don't really see any kind of good trending action today at all. Nice move up this morning, but this is just all chop right now. Get a gap up and then just kind of chopping around. Getting close to lunchtime, about 11:45. Need to get this again. It's not going to get out of this dynamic compression zone. I'm going to take profits in it. Dimitri, weekly ATM, TQQQ. That's a leveraged instrument, Dimitri. TQQQ. It's a leveraged instrument. Leveraged instruments typically they get recalculated each day. You wouldn't want to do a weekly ATM on that thing. It's way too volatile. Way too volatile. You're looking for stock that's neutral to bullish. This thing is all over the place with the Qs. March 21st, 87 put. January 31st, 88 put. Premium is 3%, but that's because it's a leveraged ETF. It's a leveraged ETF. These things are leveraged, so they move 2 and 3 times as much as the stocks do in the index. So it's very dangerous to trade those things. Alexander at 6 to 10 609s on the SPY. I took the 609s. I mean the 609 calls. Take a look at DBX. Roger. Poof. Yeah, nice move up today on DBX. Dropbox. Earnings 220. Yeah, that's a nice setup on Dropbox. Really is. It's not a fast-moving stock. The stock doesn't move. It doesn't have a very big ATR, about 40 cents. But that's a nice one. You probably can get the options pretty cheap with a pretty tight spread on them. I don't know. I haven't looked at them, but that's a very nice setup on Roger on DBX. And Dash, a little bit more. Yeah, Dash is okay. It's moving up 191.35. It's got room to the upside. Getting a little extended from the 8 from my taste, and it's very choppy. Very choppy. DBX is kind of a nice smooth pattern in DBX here. Kind of been moving up and then sideways. Now it's moving up. That's a nice setup right there. Dash a little choppy. I mean, this is a nice setup, but to get resistance right here, but you just have to. It's a pretty big candlestick. It is setting up a doji sandwich. I would tend to watch it, and if it opens green on Monday, take it long Monday. Based on that doji sandwich setup. SPY moving up here. Hot, Gary, hot HUT. Yeah, choppy, really choppy. It's a capital market. This thing is chops all over the place. It's got resistance at 28.47. Here it is. Very choppy stock. You can't. I mean, you saw a nice trend in here, decent trend in here, but it pulled back hard to the 15. But this is really too much chop for me. Pattern is it's nice bullish today, but bouncing off the 8 was resistance right there. But see all the wicks on these candlesticks. A lot of wicks. Very difficult to trade those kind of stocks. SPY moving up. Any adjustment to TXN to be done? No, not really. There's no adjustment to it. Basically, we've got $200 calls that we sold expiring today. Those are going to expire worthless, so we'll just keep the money that we collected when we sold those. It's down to 187.19 right now. I'll watch this. It's potentially I might take some puts in it, but I want to see if it stays below this algo line. So I'm just watching the daily right now.
Hi, my name is Ruth.
Meta, new all-time high, Shy. Yep, going into earnings next week. All-time high in Meta, big move in it. Yep, Meta with all-time high, and Apple being really weak here right now. Nvidia pulling back today.
That big 55-inch, it's like a vertical.
Um, Amazon hit a new high today. It's pulled back since then.
It's not recording.
Google also just under resistance here. It's still got a horizontal resistance line above. So Meta the strongest of them all.
Playing that video that it's on.
Is there any point in keeping the sell order on TXN? Well, that doesn't do you. It doesn't hurt you to leave it on there.
Luma.
You get a big gap up this afternoon or something. If something moves, all of a sudden it takes off. So there isn't any point in deleting it. The calls are going to expire today, so you won't have that transaction anymore because you'll have to go in and put a new one on just the long call side. VST is building a bit of a bull flag in the lower time frames. Yeah, that's the one I picked up yesterday, and it's is not working for me. Yeah, it is kind of a bull flag on this thing. Let me look at 15-minute. Yeah. I don't know, pretty choppy thing. Still in SPY stuff, SPY still working okay here. Where am I got on the SPY? Yeah, I'm up about 15 cents on the SPY right now. Yeah, I don't know how much of a move we're going to get out of this, but getting a little bit of a move. I took my SPY calls off. I get the 10 cents I was looking, but I get about 12 cents actually on them. So I'm out of the SPY calls. Again, I don't have any great hopes for this market to give us any really big good trending move today. I'm just going to try to grab them when I can, but I took it off here as soon as it started to back off there. Trying to get water out of a rock is right. It's pretty hard to get anything today. This is a really tough market. Today's trading is tough. We've had good success on the overnights on the Qs this week. That's been something that we've been able to lean on. SPY pulling back again. I'm out of that SPY trade now.
Was it just plugged in? Oh, it's not working. Okay, we'll make a work order. We'll make a work order. Thank you so much for checking.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I pull right back again. This is the whole problem with trying to trade today. You get these little bitty candles go up, and then you get your whole trade gets wiped out on one red candle like this. Just like over here. That's why I wasn't giving this thing much room at all. So again, I'm out of the trade. Again, made 12 cents on the thing. So no, more than that. About 15 cents on it. But I'm out of that thing now. Oops. I'm out of that SPY trade again. This is a tough day to trade when you get these small candles and then a big flush like that. It can hurt you.
We mentioned earlier a low flow play on watch. Now at highs up 260% on NEUP. Yet again, another mover trading on volume up 260%.
NEUP, a big Momo stock here today. Tough to trade these. You have to trade shares. Thing is up 260%. NEUP moved up this morning from $3. It's up over 12 right now. SPY coming in here with a big red candle. Again, I don't think I'm gonna short it, but I'm just watching it coming back to the pivot point. That's why it's such a tough day to trade. You got these are big candles here after these little green candles on the way up. Big flush down right here. Right back all the way to the pivot point. All this gain wiped out. All these candles, 5, 6 green candles, all wiped out in one candle. This is the big problem with trading on a choppy day like this. I was able to squeeze out about 15 cents, I think, out of that out of that long SPY trade.
Remember, seeing a little action in the markets in all three indices, seeing a down.
T2104 still bullish.
Specific news-wise, President Trump conference just ended. Not seeing anything to facilitate this recent drop in the markets. But we are seeing a quick downtick.
No specific news for any of this. Sounds like they're getting a little testy. Allie, big flush. Yeah, big flush, Allie. No news on it. This is where it's so difficult to trade any SPY super system trades today. Again, I took one, made 15 cents, and I'm out. I took it on the SPY, but it doesn't matter. They all reacted the same way pretty much. IWM not so much. IWM is definitely holding up better than the other two indexes are, but it's right up against resistance level.
NEUP resumes from halt.
Coin get up to 310, pull right back down now. Bank of America doing okay today. Very close to our short strike. I don't know where we are on that. Just put it on yesterday. Yeah, we're up a little bit of money on it. Paid about 50 cents. Trading at about 58 cents right now. saw you looking at XOM, decent short, earnings next Friday though. Yeah, right, gotta be careful on earnings here. Yeah, it's a decent short. Oil stocks. I don't like oil stocks to trade just because they're so volatile. They're so dependent on news. Um, you know, they're coming in this morning, but Oxy coming right down to support level. So I don't like trading those, but it is a short setup. But yeah, earnings too close. Thoughts on earnings spread on T? I have to look at it, Frank. Earnings are 127 on Monday. Yeah, I have to take a look and see. I haven't looked at any earnings info yet. Those pivot points that you see on my charts, Jonathan, the only pivot points I have are white ones. That's a pivot point there. That's the only pivot point I have on the chart, and they're placed by the software.
On SGLY, pricing of one spot, 1 million registered direct offering, SGLY.
Alright, I'm gonna get some lunch here. It's about 12:15, almost 12:15. So time to grab some lunch. And again, I took one SPY Super System trade today. That's it, right here. Made about 15 cents. Then, big flush down. Fortunately, I was out. This is what's making today such a tough day to trade. I'm watching the T2104. Still pretty bullish, but not. This market's just terrible to trade right now. ALLY not doing us any favors at all. It's trading right in the middle of the range here, 39.37. So Strangle's been very, very tough here the last couple of weeks. We had a couple of winners, but we've had some losers on these things. So I'm gonna have to review with the market conditions are causing problems with these Strangles. We're not overpaying for them or anything. It's just that they once we take them, they've been moving fairly sideways, which is exactly what you don't want.